think I know I was meant to stand out and stir the pot. And so what I mean by stir the pot and, start some stuff is I really feel like I'm here to break cycles, break generational curses, stay grounded regardless so that I can spread love and light. Because at the end of the day, that's what's most important, right? And just be who I needed when I was younger. I think that's really what I'm trying to fulfill, is heal myself and then heal others.
Absolutely. And so I want you to know that you have a tribe, right? You have person or persons that you can go to, that you can come to. You have elders. I don't mind. I am an elder, and that's a privilege denied to many. So I don't mind. I say that proudly. So just know that right now, for such a time as this, for your purpose, that you do have a tribe, you do have a community that will stand with you and stand beside you, right? And hold your hands up when you can, because sometimes that's all we need, right? Just somebody to just, God, see that I'm struggling, right? I might not even say I'm struggling, but you're close enough to me that oh, Tonya's struggling. Let me just, I got you. And so just know that you do have a tribe. You do have somebody that sees you. And like I said, it's going to be great. It's a movement happening. It's a God thing. It's a movement happening. Believe me, the paradigm has shifted. And people are going to be coming out of the caves. They're going to be coming out from behind the scenes. And God says, I'm doing a new thing. Shall you not know it? Shall it not spring forth? I'm telling you, mark my words. It's a different time. It's a new day. And so those that have been silent, those that have been in the background, it's time for those of us to come forward and not ever try and fit in. I've been there, done that. I got the hat, the T-shirt, the stained pillowcases, from my tears. And I told y'all, God said, why are you trying to fit in when I've made you to stand out? If we all were the same, it would be a dull, mundane place to be, right? On this side of life. It was like, so. Yes, come on, sisters. We got.
I've never actually fit in, and I think a big part of my childhood was trying to fit in. But I'm a biracial child, so when in Zambia, I was like, where we say "come colored," is it like a colored? Because I'm biracial, so I couldn't get up to nothing on in the playground because that was Tawani, who did that. But then when I traveled to Europe, to Dad's people, I still didn't fit in. And it might sound very sad in the beginning, but actually, I realized that I should stop trying. And then that gave me the freedom to just be who I am, because no matter how much I try, I'm not gonna fit in. And I feel that purpose for me is being us, really, really being us. And what is me? What is me? What is it that makes my heart sing? So for me, purpose is what makes us really happy. Yes, part of the happiness is, yes, I get immense happiness through my partner in life, through my children, through my friends, through my family. But then there's also the things that I feel I'm called to do, that only I can do because of the specific, Felicia, you said, I am so bad with names, so you're going to help me with names. I'm working on it. Right? I got it right. Oh,
yeah, you did.
That's amazing. Your path means that you can help people in a way that other people can't. And what I have realized with my path, that I feel that purpose is always changing, Tonya. It's always evolving. So I don't think it's static, right? So I'm a yoga teacher, and that was my purpose, and it still is my purpose, but it's evolving because I got into yoga because of the heartbreak of my first marriage. And, you know, sometimes we want to be strong, like you said, Tonya, like, I'm all right. You know, that was 5 years ago. I went into a yoga class. I did a heart opening position. I almost collapsed. I didn't realize how much emotion and how much I was carrying until I had started letting it go. So a big part of my journey, I think our purpose is understanding what is unique about what we have come here for. And the signs for me that I am on my purpose is joy. When I'm doing something and time is just going, and I'm happy to ecstatic when I'm teaching a class or when I'm designing, then I'm like, this is it. This is it.
Man.
Wow, this is Keisha again. When I was given the assignment to figure out, or excuse me, to come today with the rest of the ladies to speak about what my purpose is, I was like, okay. I wrote it down. I looked at it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come back to it, right? And I called my girlfriend on the phone. I'm like, did you do your biography and your purpose? Did you do your homework? Girl, because I ain't did my homework. And then we got in the car, and I said, girl, did you figure out what your purpose is yet? I said, we're going to fail this assignment on air, right? I'm just real about it. You know, ladies, and as I sit here and I listen to us, you know, I mean, I have a commonality. Y'all know I make up words, right? With all of the ladies that are sitting with me, right? And so, Tonya, did I say it right?
Perfect.
100% in agreement with your purpose changes, right? So ask me what my purpose was a couple of days ago, and you might get a different answer from me than what you'll get today. And so I'm learning what my purpose is as I'm living and I'm experiencing things. I would tell you I'm a healer. I've been a healer for lifetimes, right? The God, the universe, we could have another story. But I've been a healer for lifetimes. Now I'm learning how it's okay to heal myself, right? Because I pour so much into everybody, my village, my patients, okay? My patients. I see my patients in the store. We in Walmart together, okay? In the bank, all right? I think I'm working 24/7. And, you know, we're not just talking about disease. We are talking about things that are within that need healing so that we can get to the disease, okay? So in doing that, I'm learning that as strong as I am, as a woman of color with as many hats as I have, it's okay for me to also showcase how to heal, okay? I can show you how self-care is important as well during the process, right? Because see, my sisters that think that my head is always up and my posture is always out, right? Because you don't want them to see the struggle. It's okay to heal and include you in the struggle, right? It's okay to role model, right? On how to struggle and be okay. So I'm a healer. I'm healing. I'm learning from other ladies that are healing, right? And just continuing to walk. And if that's purpose, this is what my current purpose is.
So sometimes, Keisha and the rest of the ladies, sometimes we walk in our purpose without even being aware that that's our purpose, right? Not identifying. Keisha gave a party, a get together for her birthday, and she brought women together. And in that gathering is where I met these two queens, right? So it was obvious to me. I didn't say anything, but I knew that she was not aware, and it's okay, right? Because sometimes we do. We walk in our purpose unbeknownst to us, right? But in time, in God's timing, in the divine's timing, these things are, revealed to us. So it was like, I sat there and I was like, this is incredible. Like, this is incredible. She invited the people that was in her life, right? That are in her life in different facets, right? In different, different everything, different belief systems, different this, that, and the other thing. But everybody came together, and it was just like, for me, it was just beautiful. I sat there, I was like, this is incredible. And she didn't even know that she was being used in that way to bring this group of people, this group of women together. And it's history. It's history, because there were relationships that were built, and people that met that will be forever connected. That's powerful. Like, that is like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? To be a conduit is something else. To be a healer, right? To be somebody that brings people together, and to have that cohesiveness. It is just an incredible thing. And like I said, the paradigm is shifted, and there's some beautiful things happening in our world. Along with all the other stuff, right? All the other stuff is there. I mean, what are we going to do? You know what I mean? Either we're going to live our purpose, right? Which causes us to keep going, which causes us to not get, so inundated with the stuff that's going on. Because God knows there's some stuff going on in our world, right? So if we stay connected to our purpose, that's what keeps us going every day. That's what keeps us waking up and saying, yeah, I got this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get out here and I'm going to do my thing, whatever that looks like. Nobody's judging. Nobody. What? Who can judge your purpose? Who can judge? What? No. So I say just be. Just be. There's no mistakes. There's no, just be. Figure it out. And we all are figuring it out. I have a mantra that says that I am a masterpiece and a work in progress simultaneously. At the same time, I'm working this thing out. I'm walking this thing out. You know what I'm saying? And still is a masterpiece. So I tell you, what do you guys, what are you ladies, what are you queens thinking? What are you feeling right now? What's going on? It's a energy in the room right now. So just let's talk about it. Let's talk about that. What are you ladies thinking, feeling?
When you say just be,
oof,
just be,
oof,
with no expectation. That's what that means to me. And, when you find yourself, going through something, dealing with something, utilize the people you have around you, because you cannot do it by yourself. We have been taught as women of color to
shut your mouth and keep it moving.
Keep it moving. And that's not healthy. Because by the end of that time, or as we start moving further along in that time, we realize I'm not good. And we're not good for anyone. And so as Keisha had mentioned earlier, self-care. We have to do it. Whatever that may look like for you, you have to do it. Because if you don't do it, how can you care for someone else? You have to ask yourself that question. We go through life a lot taking care of everyone else but ourselves. And we're important too, and we have to recognize that, realize that, embrace that, and deal with it.
Or identify what self-care looks like for us as an individual, right? Like, what does that look like for me? And a a lot of us don't know what that looks like. Like it's also surface, right? It's also that top layer, right? So, retail therapy works only but so much, and some of us, are shoppers. But that's so top layer, so we really have to take the time, because that's not what, I don't know about y'all, that's not what I was taught, to like sit down and identify what that is, that you can take the time for yourself, like take a moment, I don't care, to breathe, to take a bath. Someone told me one time to take a bath, and I had to think about like when the last time I took a bath. Like just ran some hot water, put some stuff, some Epsom salt or whatever, some smell goods, and just sat my behind in a tub. I had to think about that, because it's always, I'm jumping in the shower, I got to keep it moving, keep it going. So, I mean, it's the small things. But now is the time. Now is the time. Now is a perfect time. Better now than never. That's what I say. So we can't beat ourselves up over not knowing or not being aware. But now, it's like, okay, what does that look like?
I love what you said about being, because I think one of the reasons we're getting exhausted is all the doing.
And not being.
Yeah, it's all the doing and all the things that you think we have to do and that we've got to do. But if we realize that is where I'm shifting, to realize that our presence counts for a lot. Like what you said, Tonya.
Nice.
Sometimes just walking into the room, we can shift the energy. But it's also being more conscious of that, and that has been my journey with yoga. Is my energy was very much focused outwards in doing. So part of my journey is coming back home to myself. So yoga for me has been my journey of self-discovery with myself, getting to know myself, and it's still a journey. It's still a trip. Habits don't die easily, right?
Absolutely.
I think I'm really a recovering workaholic, and I have to, my husband helps me, but find whatever it is. And for me, yoga has been a gift, and I know that for a lot of people, yoga seems out there. It seems Asian, and I have actually applied, for a yoga warrior competition with Yoga Journal, because I feel the imaging that is out there is not very inclusive. And there's a lot of self-care avenues out there, but they don't feel like they're right for us. So I want to say that there's another version. Yoga was initially seen as something that is Asian, but now it's kind of, from the imaging, it's something that young, slim, white women do, if you follow the imagery. But what I want to say is, I want to tell everyone who's listening is, yoga is, as far as I'm concerned, is as old as humanity. And we all know where humanity came from. We came from Africa. And if you watch... I mean, you're a kindergarten, teacher. They do yoga poses, right?
Definitely.
You see them. They change when they're trying to move from crawling to standing. They go into downward facing dog, and when they're sitting, they fold their legs so easily. So I don't know. I know yoga is not for everybody, but I think we need to explore different things. You don't know something is not yours until you've tried it.
Wow. I think that's a lot of that is traditions, things that we've been taught. Some things we've been taught that were wrong, or I don't know, not godly, or just, we just were taught, and we were taught what they knew, right? So, and they were taught what their parents or their guardians. And so I think that we do need to explore. We do need to be open. I'm not saying not having any boundaries, because that can get real slippery, especially in this day and in this hour. And me being a minister, so I come from you know what I'm saying? That's where I come from. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any judgments either way. It just is what it is for me. And so I know that there has to be some boundaries, but there are also some things that I have learned. I had to unlearn some things and relearn some other things. And I was like, man, I was missing out because I just didn't know. I didn't know any better. The traditions said that they were wrong. The tradition said don't do that. And so I think that we just really have to be open and understanding who we are, whose we are, and just how we move. And certain things are okay, you know? And like I said, not without boundaries, because we have to have some boundaries. We see what no boundaries can do. Come on, ladies, what's your feelings? What, producer, how much time we got? What we looking at? All right, thank you. So, hey, Tribe, I have to find out from the producer here how much time we have, because we'll just, you know, when you got ladies in the house, we'll just go on. We'll talk the talk. So, again, any questions, any concerns, anything that you want to hear, any questions that you have from the ladies, put it in the chat, and we'll get back to you. Again, we're working on live so that people can ask, you guys can ask questions, you guys can have a conversation with those of us that are in studio. It's just an exciting time. I'm just looking forward to, again, where this podcast is going. So, ladies, thoughts, feelings before we wrap up.
Well, self-care is the best care, most definitely, right? And it looks different for everybody. But I think in order to determine what you need for your self-care, you know, you have to figure out who you are, right? And you have to be okay with who you see when you look at yourself. You know, if there's some things that you need to call out and work on, then you need to call those things out and you need to work on. Because why do we need to be blocked, right? Again, self-care is the best care.
I agree, Keisha. And, you know, we just have to also move outside of that comfort zone. You know, and yes, we are strong. We're black women. We're strong. But that does not mean we're not human. We have needs, you know. We have physical, mental, and when I say stepping outside that comfort zone, for me, you know, I'm used to doing everything by myself because, and that just goes back from a lot of the things from my past. I had to depend on myself, and I'm learning now that I can lean on other people. I'm in, you know, I see a therapist, and which is helping me to work through a lot of the things that I didn't even realize were going on.
Sure.
And we don't realize that until we start to work on it and talk about it. We have so many things that occur in our life, as we said earlier, where we don't really acknowledge it, and we just keep it moving. And eventually, it will show up, you know, one way or the other. And so, you know, and that's part, for me, therapy that's part of self-care for me. I also do yoga. Yoga is another thing that I'm trying to incorporate. Working on my chakras, you know, is another thing. So it's, and just trying something different than what I'm used to. And I think that's what we all have to do, just open your mind to more things. Because you'll find something out there, you know, that'll work for you. If it's just talking with a friend, if it's, it could be anything, but just do something and don't just sit in it. Because what you do and how you work on yourself can also help you with someone else.
Absolutely.
And as a community, as I said earlier, we have to do this together. We, as black women, have been holding it down for everybody.
Forever.
For ourselves, everybody. And it's time. It's time for us to take the time for us and recognize how important we are.
Absolutely.
We do.
I wanted to kind of piggyback on what Felicia said. This lady told me a long time ago. that when your head is all messed up, you ignore that, right? Okay, I got this. I'm just gonna do things a little different. But as soon as your throat hurt or your nose running, or let your butt hurt, ooh, you at my clinic. You at my clinic.
Exactly.
Right? And so it's a whole, right? Nothing functions if the mind doesn't function. And so, yes, we need to be comfortable, right? Talking to people. And, yes, sometimes we do need to talk to somebody that is an expert, right? It is okay to talk to your sisters. You love me, right? But when my husband make me mad, and then he make you mad, and then I come back and tell you we going away from the weekend, you might still be mad, right? And so those boundaries, right, they're important because of the villages that we have and because of the community and the dependence that we have on each other. So it's okay to get you an expert. Mama and auntie and daddy, they okay too. But get you somebody that's trained in that, right?
It's okay to come see me.
Yes. Yes. Tonya, I don't want you checking my heart, okay?
No, ma'am.
All right.
I'm not gonna do it.
Right, but you can give me some interventions to keep going, right? No, honestly, it's okay to take care of your mind. It's okay.
It's a necessity.
I just feel like I need to say to anybody out there, to you ladies, give yourselves credit, right? I think that's a major part of it. And I know you were talking about being comfortable, and you both said everything I was thinking, because we're connected like that. But I also just want to point out that self-care, when you think of self-care, you're thinking of feeling good or feeling better immediately. And self-care needs to probably hurt. It needs to sting a little bit, right? So when I think of self-care, it's getting uncomfortable, getting vulnerable. Like, what about me do I need to unlearn, unsee, readjust to be okay? And that's the hardest thing for anybody, especially a woman of color, to do, right? Because you're supposed to keep this persona of strong and strength and take care of everybody. But in my journey right now, that's what I'm learning. Self-care is healing, it's hurting, it's crying, it's releasing all of those things. So just wanted to point that out.
Wonderful. Thank you. And I just want to thank each of you for coming out and for allowing yourselves to be seen, for allowing me to put you in the light, right? I appreciate you. I appreciate each of you. It's not going to be the last time that you ladies are in studio. We're going to do this again. And before we leave, we're gonna go out with either I Am or My Black Is, and that's how we're gonna go out. And so, one of you model that.
Oh, I got this one.
All right. Yes. Yeah. Do you see how that happens?
I am a beautiful disaster.
Oh, I like it. I think you need to say that again. Say that again so the people in the back row can hear you.
I am a beautiful disaster.
Ew, I like it.
I'll say, I am a work in progress.
I'm the lesson.
I like it.
I'm taking care of me because of all that I need to be for myself and others.
I am amazing. And with that, tribe, be amazing. And always remember, it is about you. It's about me. And yes, it's about us. Until the next time, tribe, know that you're loved and you're supported. We'll see you next time.
It's about you.